Stream is on. We are fucking back, bro. 2 days in a row. You will never, ever, ever, ever see another Fab streamer with this type of consistency. All right, we're back. And I do actually have to do a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. We got to change the thumbnail. We have to change the title. And we have to spam the fucking stream link everywhere because I'm tired of just doing practice streams. Okay? Yesterday that was a practice stream. Today we're doing this for real. All right, but I really do have to change this thumbnail. So let's see. My channel. Yep. Okay, we edit. All right. Change thumbnail. Yeah. I cooked on this thumbnail. Just make sure I'm right. No, it didn't save. Dude. Okay, here it is. All right. I think it's saved. Okay, cool. Now we just have to absolutely spam this link everywhere. Get shareable link. Yup. All right, here we go. Put this shit every Facebook chat ever. Where are they? Go. Okay. Nice. All right, sweet. And now we just throw this in Discord, and I think we're all set. Bimba. All right, let's go. Let's get this started. So, you know what I noticed actually? I was thinking about this today. A lot of streamers will do like, especially on Fab, they'll do like the stream starting, and it's just like the text with an animated background, and I don't get it. Like, dude, just start the stream. Like, do your intro. So there you go. That's the fire intro. What's up, guys? Thanks for popping in. Yeah, camera is much better. So, yeah, that's the first thing that people will notice is the camera is so much better than yesterday. I got this at a yard sale. It's a little webcam. It sits up here on my monitor, but my chat is over on this one. It's to the other monitor. So yeah, we got this camera at a yard sale, and I brought it home, and I'm not stupid, or I think, and I saw it was blurry, and so I took like a little paper towel and I just stuck my finger in it and tried to wipe it, and that was a while ago, but I didn't get it off the lens, I guess. So yesterday after the stream, I looked at it again. I'll get you some flowers, bro. Are you coming to locals today? I hope so. But yeah, this time after the stream, I looked at the camera and I noticed that the lens was like so much deeper in than I initially thought it was. So I thought to myself, like, there's probably no way I actually could wipe that with just my finger because I have some big grabbers. Like, I mean, I'm a big guy. Like, I got some big grabbers, and there's no way my finger's fitting into that whole camera. So I took a Q-tip. It's actually still here on my desk. I give it a little lick on the tip, and I just stick it in there and swab it around. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Like, put webcam on top of the monitor to read chat with. All right, sure. Here we go. Let's try that. The issue with doing that though is you can see my fucking dirty ass room. So maybe that's not the secrets. This seems pretty all right, but then when I look over here, it's kind of, well, okay, maybe it's good. Anyways, oh, I forgot to put it to just chatting. I like this scene. Nah, this looks fucked up. I'm just gonna worry about that later. Lick the tip, yeah, dude. Yeah, you weren't around for yesterday's stream. We got the Am I Gay test on stream. That was hilarious, bro. Clean my room. Dude, I don't fucking want to. I'll just put it all out of camera sight. It's fine. It looks fine. I do need to close my door, though. I'm going to do that real quick. So, Let's go. All right. So let's get started. I had this idea. It came to me in a dream. Actually, not in a dream. I was laying awake at night, like past midnight after the league session, and I was thinking to myself, like, I want to replace this Stinging Sprite, but I don't know what goes in that slot. I'm like pretty confident on the other 57 cards in this list, for the Redline version, but there's just this one 3 of. That's where the Stinging Sprite, or Stinging Sprite, if you're a real fan. That's the slot that was in beforehand, but it just didn't feel incredible. Like, I wanted it to be something with Go again, because it's kind of weird drawing this up, and not having a way to play it out. Streaming Riftbound. All right, let's go. Dude, post the stream link to me. I'd watch that shit. Are we reveling in Runeblood today? That's the idea. That's the idea. So, I'm pretty sure this is the tech that breaks Aurora. Because think about it. Like, pretty much everything else in the deck has Go again. You'd like to keep 4-card hands. So you're normally playing a non-attack at the start, right? Like, for example, we'll go Quick Succession or Burn Up Shock. Angle my webcam down a bit. All right, man. You just want to see my titties. Be honest. Post it in the FAP chat. Yeah, that's a good idea, bro. Yeah. So you play a non-attack. You play an attack. Sometimes you kind of do it out of order. And then you play the Revel in Runeblood, and it's 4 Go again. Like, is that not broken? The Runechant breakpoint is also insane because if they block you out before that point, your second strike might not be live. But then if you do the Revel, it comes in for 4 individual chants. So yeah, could turn on second strike. That's pretty cool. The one thing that makes Revel weird, though, is if we consider a 3-card hand of attack, non-attack, and Revel. The issue there is, let's say we play out like a Quick Succession or something, and then we play our attack, it has Go again, and then we play the Revel. How do we actually swing the Rune Chants before they die at the end of the turn? Our weapon needs a lightning attack on the chain to swing, so 3-card hands might be a little more difficult to play out the Revel until you remember that they just unbanned Skyward Serenade, and Skyward Serenade is a non-attack and an attack in the same card. So 1 card returning on Revel, and it has Go again. So if we draw the Serenade and the Revel, we're doing the 2-card 8, and we can still swing with another card off 3 cards. And this isn't even the only card that does it. The NIMBY package has insane synergy with this. Like, we do Nimblism, we do NIMBY, we search the Nimblism, and again, that's like 6 cards in the deck that are just non-attack and an attack in the same slot. So I think I'm cooking with the Revel and Runeblood. We're gonna bring it on the Talishar ladder and just see what's up. One other change I made to the deck since yesterday is I played Crown of Providence because it's happened twice now that I've just been completely juiced by Conqueror of the High Seas against Gravy Bones. And the Balance of Justice I didn't feel was particularly helpful in that matchup either. So yeah, we're gonna see what's up. We got some new details on the stream. If you guys subscribe, there's actually a sub alert now, which I think is pretty neat. So yeah, so like the stream for Revel and Runeblood, guys. I think I'm cooking with this. We're gonna bring it on. Clear the selection. We'll just look for meta heroes, I guess. I'd like to play against Gravy Bones and just see how that goes. But yeah, cool. So guys who are in chat, we got Yuanji, we got Chris, we got Steven. How you guys doing today? It's a little early stream, I guess. I imagine a lot of people at work. Nice. We actually did get the game against Gravy Bones. That's huge. I'm gonna go first, and we're gonna bring in the Crown of Providence. But otherwise, I think this is all looking good. So yeah, all right. I also noticed yesterday, like after I turned off my stream, I think like 2 other people went live in the same night. So Fab is kind of popping off right now. I think this was a good ban list. I think they definitely fixed a lot with this. I'm definitely angling this up a little bit. You guys can. My room's so nasty. I'll just sit up in my chair. Anyways, this guy's taking a minute. Oh, he disconnected. Dude, we're already on this. Come on. Why do people keep DCing on Talishar? It makes no sense. I don't get it. No music on the stream today. I still haven't found a playlist that's like not gonna get me absolutely nuked. Okay, we're playing against Huntsman. That's interesting. We'll run the Crown of Providence. I think I'm just gonna try going full aggro here and seeing what happens. He's gonna go first. Okay, we draw 2 Skyward Serenades in our opener. That's interesting. I imagine this is going to be kind of like a fatigue game, but if we can just get going from the start, I think we'll be in a good spot. Spider's Bite coming in. Our height is mostly non-attacks anyways. I don't really think we need to block this. If it's just this, our Scar for a Scar is live, so it's not so bad. Okay, here's Slay the Scholars. Alright. Yeah, I'll give you a block here. I think just this is probably fine. Take a little damage. I don't expect to die to damage this game. Scar for Scar was on top. I'm such a gamer. Cool. Alright, this hand is incredible. I think we're just going to rip the Burn-Up Shock. Drawing these Skyward Serenades early is pretty nice, too, because we're just getting these Skizzics out of the deck before they get banished. So that's pretty sweet. Pretty cool, I think. Okay, he wants to undo. I guess he doesn't want to just eat the whole Burn-Up Shock. I'm going to try staying off an Arsenal as much as I can this game, I think. Or maybe I shouldn't. Wow, okay, we have Hunter hunted this early. That's not ideal. What are you grabbing? No Arc Lightning, please. I don't actually have a way to play around this in this deck, so that's kind of unfortunate. Nimby. Okay, that's not good. That's a power card. At least it's not the Nimblism, because if it was the Nimblism, then we would have definitely gotten a lot of power ripped from our deck, because that turns off the Jack P Nimble too. But he does commit here the 4 block, so we might just be able to connect on this Burn-Up Shock, or maybe not. We'll probably be able to take his whole hand, though, and I think that's going to put us in a decent spot. So, we'll rip the Skizzic. And then we'll just throw Outed and Sword. I imagine the Sword will... Okay, so we are connecting with Burn-Up Shock. Alright, man. What the fuck? He's going to be using a lot of armor here, it looks like. But if he does commit his whole hand, he won't be able to pop it. So we get the Graven Gloves. Oh, you know what? He will actually be able to re-equip this on his next turn. So I imagine this will trade for a 3 block. And the Sword will trade for the black text. No, we actually do connect here. That is huge. Dude, come on. Like, give me a break. Cool, so we connect on the Burn-Up Shock here. That makes me think he might have, like... Oh, interesting. Fiddler's Green. Okay. Yeah, so this is definitely going to be a fatigue game. I'm already 10 cards down in deck. We do have Snatch and Lightning Press in hand. I think for this I'm going to throw the Path of Samens first, and probably pitch into it. I imagine he'll give me an Arcane Barrier on this. So he just sets. He set this, and he didn't block me out. That kind of makes me think that this might be a Codex, because he doesn't want to block with it to stop the Burn-Up Shock, but he definitely could have blocked that turn out. So, alright. My prediction is that this is a Codex, and he's just waiting to find, like, something worth playing. Maybe he could have played out the Slay the Scholars. I'm not actually sure. So yeah, we'll send the Path of Samens here. I don't want to break my snaps this early. Normally I'm trying to look for an opportunity to break snaps where I'm getting at least 3 value out of the card, because that's basically what you can do on a quick succession. You get +1 off the quick succession and then 2 value from the sword swing. The other way you can get 3 value out of that is just by cracking it on Nimby, but obviously that's not happening this game. So he's discarding Shelter here. That's probably good. I think he's only going to end up getting... Oh no, he will get the 3 value out of this. Okay, so he's on Warmongers. That's important. This card does kind of hoe us, especially with the Rebel. We're now playing into that a lot harder, into the Warmongers. So we'll send Snatch here. I expect this to connect, especially with the Lightning Press. We shall see. We got Ripple away. All right, we'll press this. Nice, this connects. This is probably fine. Oh, it's Sigil in Arsenal. That makes sense. Okay, here it is. Here's the Revel. Here's the Revel. Dude, look at this hand. You can't tell me this isn't broken. So we're going to quick succession here. We're going to Rush of Power. This is well and good, well and good. I'm also realizing now that, like, this Revel is definitely gonna help out Path of Samen's connecting on the Arcane. Unless they want to just eat 4 Arcane damage to stop the Path of Samen's. They might. Okay, blocking with the blue here is kind of nice. He does block out the Rush of Power. So we're gonna crack the Revel. And we're just gonna fucking send 4 Arcane, like... First time we draw it, it's looking pretty solid, I must say. But we do have a 4-card hand to play here. So this was kind of like our ideal scenario for Revel, I think. So we're going to pop Revel. Yep. Come on, man. And then we're going to throw the Path of Samen's. So 4 Rid Chance. He's going to take the damage. Nice. I expect... Okay, and this connects too. Interesting. I thought he might just Tunic AB that. Oh, he's actually on no AB. I'm such a fool. Wait, this guy's on no AB. Isn't this just a free win? This is such fake testing, man. You can't be on no AB into Aurora. Alright, we get the Mask Block. He's at 27. We still have 40 cards left in deck. I think we're in a decent spot. This hand plays. Sweet. I'm debating whether I should send the Jack B. Nimble from Arsenal. I actually wouldn't mind a chance here to block with Crown of Providence. Potentially on a CNC. He's keeping a big hand, so it could be that. I'm just going to take this. I don't really care about losing here. Or, losing cards here. It is a little concerning, though, that he'll get sold on the next turn. So we get Coercive Tendency. Banish Rabble. Banish Arc Lightning is not great. He's going to be making a lot of silver here. So, yeah. Oh, God, man. Fucking Undo City on this guy. He sinks my top card. Well, I think we'll get to a point pretty soon where he's going to have to be blocking with a lot of these cards. My hand just does so much damage. Okay, we lose an Embolism here. That's not great, especially because we're still sitting on this Jack B. Nimble. I'm going to actually kill this guy if he undoes one more time. Like, okay, we lose an Embolism. No, we lost the Revel. Damn it. So the Revel wouldn't have been amazing here. We probably would have just had to Arsenal it. That's the other thing that's kind of like weird about it. Is if it's the only non-attack you draw. It's not ideal. We're going to start with Fry here. Just kind of seeing what's up. I think setting Lightning Surge is probably what we want to be doing this turn. And just sending Jack B. Nimble to clear it out of our arsenal. This is what we drew off of Snatch, otherwise it's probably getting blocked with. Thanks in this scenario. Okay, we connect on Fry. Our second strike is now live. I still don't want to send the Path super early in the chain because he could be on he could have a Shelter in hand. So we'll send the second strike now. Okay, he is going to block this. Here comes Path of Samen's. He does have the Shelter here. Okay. Alright, I am going to pay into it here. I would like to clear out this Jack B. Nimble from Arsenal. We do lose a Lightning Surge, though, unfortunately. So, that Shelter was pretty valuable for him. Here's Ripple Away. I think if this Shelter was his only D-React, there's a chance that he does use it with... he does use it to block the second strike there. But he does have a second D-React, unfortunately. Sigil of Solace from Arsenal, so this Arsenal has to be something better than Sigil of Solace, or it could be just another one. What's up, man, Sant? Thanks for popping in. Like the stream, subscribe. I got alerts now, so it's like, it's professional. We fixed the camera. I'm leveling up my game. All right, I think we're going to kind of be taking a little off turn here. Setting up this burn up shock. This quick succession is fairly valuable. Clean my room. Bro, my room's like, it's not that bad. Right? I just got the lay hanging up, like, over here. All right, we're going to maybe not play the quick succession here. Yeah. Let's see if we can pressure him with this burn up shock a little bit. I think if he's not on a D-react, this is going to be strong. And this unlocks our second strike, which is nice. So we'll go 3 wide off this. He does have a D-react, unfortunately. Maybe it would have been good to play out this whole hand. I'm not actually sure. Alright, so we get some armor here. That makes sense. Don't have a ton of silver to play with. Let's let this quick session. He's passing on 5 cards. Alright, here's Rebel. Jesus. I'd like to see a CNC or something like that. Get this other quick succession out of Arsenal. Get another attack. This does not have go again. I wonder if this is a black text angle. I think I'm considering just pushing armor here because assuming there's no like cut to the chase or anything like that, we could end up kind of stealing a lot of tempo here. I'm gonna try. I think I'm just gonna limit test a little bit here. See what happens. The punish here is obviously some way of like, I don't know, going another chain link wide. All right, we grab lightning surge here. That is incredible. And we do get coercive. I do like seeing the lightning surge here. Banishing snatch. Okay, so this does get go again off the coercive. That's not great for us. We'll see what the second attack is. It is a CNC. All right, cool. So I don't mind the Crown of Providence block here. This is pretty good for us. This is just 6 vanilla damage. We're going to be able to pressure him pretty hard here now. Unfortunately, he does get the other silver from the coercive, which is not ideal, but we're going to be sending a pretty strong hand here. It might have even been worth just giving the current funnel here, but it is getting +1 from this quick succession, so I think giving it offensively is probably going to be the key to success this game. I might have to refresh. Maybe he does. Okay, cool. So we're going to quick succession. We're going to send this lightning surge first. Get this going. All right, we got to like the stream for Rebel and Moonblood. Both times we've drawn it, it's been pretty crazy. Just being able to set up these 5-card hands, giving us a lot of space. So we're going to actually current funnel here before we send anything else. See what it's blocking with. All right, so he's giving us a lot of cards here. We're going to close the chain and send Rebel, Fry, and our sword. Like, this is kind of an insane turn, no? He takes all the damage from the Rebel. 24 cards left in deck, so we're running pretty low here. Hopefully the Scorpio connects, and it does. Sweet. He blocks the Leave No Witnesses. That is important for Codex reasons, and here's the Codex. Now, what do we want to do about this? We don't have a Snatch in Graveyard, unfortunately. I'm considering giving Jack Be Nimble and Armor here. We don't really want to be sending anything with that's going to try to like enable a sword swing because it is just going to get stuffed by the frailty token, unfortunately. So what's the most damage? It's probably going to be... Oh, we do have a snatch here. Excellent. In that case, I think we are just going to end up playing out this Arc Lightning. And discarding Nimblism, I think. This doesn't seem like a particularly useful card here. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll block the Jack Be Nimble. The snatch will come in for 6, so... Yeah, here's leaving what this is. Maybe it's even better to discard the Arc Lightning here. I'm not sure. Oh, God, dude, relax. Did he just not set his Ponder or whatever? This is kind of getting difficult, I'm not going to lie. I think we need to have like 1 or 2 more big pushes, but I'm not sure if we have enough cards in deck to do that. So we're going to rip the Arc Lightning here. We'll send the Snatch. What do you got for me? He's going to get stuffed by a D-React. Definitely see. Okay, here it is. So he's fairly ahead on this turn cycle, but we're getting some important chip damage on this Arc Lightning. I believe that was our second one. Yeah, okay. We have 1 left in deck. Sweet. This hand's pretty good. This is probably where I'd like to break my rush or break my snaps on this hand, just so we can send the snatch. Raining Spider's bitten. Very well. Probably see like a 1 for 5 or something here. We could also Codex CNC me. That would not be a deal. Alright, man, hurry it up. I have to refresh. Refresh. There you go. There could come a point in this game where he gets low enough where... Oh, dude, relax. Alright, this sucks for us, unfortunately. Do we have anything that's not red to set? We do. We have a Curveball. So we'll lose this to CNC. It's unfortunate getting disrupted this late into the game. We're already kind of struggling on deck size. But we're sending a decent turn here. Just show a little 3-card 11. The snatch on hit is probably going to be pretty important here. He's also out of silver after this Raven Gloves, but, you know, it's fucking Iraqi. See how long that lasts. So we do get a D-React here. That is pretty good. I expect he'll probably just give me the gloves on this snatch. Okay, Fiddler's Green. This turns on our Scar for a Scar, and it's coming in the next hand. Told you. So, 12 cards in deck. I think, unfortunately, we are just fatigued this game. But, let's see. If I had to come up with the winning strategy. Do we have a Skizik left in deck? We do. Nice. I think we'll probably just grab that. After we do Scar for a Scar. But I'm a little concerned about getting Hunter or Hunted. So, we'll do it like this. Search the Skizik. If he takes 4 here, he's just the best player ever, but I don't expect him to. Calculated. What's up, Vino? Like to stream for getting fatigued. The Revel seems pretty good this game, though. I think there's probably some things I could have done to prevent this outcome. I'm not sure if playing D-Reacts into this is the move, but... Alright, cool. So we do get a block here. Our Scar for Scar is still alive. Nice, this connects. Alright, so he's kind of keeping this hand. That's interesting. We do get a sword swing here, so we're doing some decent damage. Nice, this gets a Graven Gloves. I expect this sword to connect. I imagine this hand he's keeping is probably just there to destroy the rest of my deck. But if we draw Arc Lightning here, I think we actually do have a chance to still win this. Alright, sweet. And this is pretty much the best we could ask for at this point. This actually might just do it, because we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Arcane. This guy might have sold the game, seriously. Taking all that damage this turn. But I'm getting fucking Codex, so it is what it is. I've already foreseen it. I'm definitely getting Codex this turn. So he gets the black text here. He actually might even just kill me, which is concerning. Losing some more deck damage is not good. Another Plunder the Poor. Okay, I'm not at risk of dying to cut to the chase. So I think I'm okay with just passing blocks here. And if it's coercive into Codex, I'm just gonna cry. Alright, cool. So, oh my god, man. This guy's undid like 10 times. I'm dead. So here's cut to the chase. We have 5 left in deck. We're gonna have one more. I'm gonna kill this guy. Like, what is going on, man? Hurry up. Aggro Blaze #1 fan. Alright, it is double cut to the chase. Yeah, you're so good, bro. Oh, that sucks losing the Burn of Shock there. I think that would have been... I think he's getting left at 1 this turn. Alright, so we're going to Arc Lightning. We are going to Current Funnel. We'll see if he takes this. If he just gives me Tunic here, I think he's actually good. Let's see. Okay, we get a 3 block here. That matters a lot. Here's the ping. We are going to Grasp here. Leak that Arcane damage. Nice. So this will be 2 more Arcane. And then he does have to block this Rabble. D-React here is highly unfortunate. But it's probably good that we are... Oh, you know what? I actually fucked up. I have to restart the turn. This guy undid 10 times. I need to keep the chain open here so that I can do this. I can swing my sword. So I actually have to do this first. And this is fun, because the current funnel will still have to go again. Yeah. I just missed a little sequencing error here. Shouldn't matter too much. I just get the sword swing. Another Rabble on top. That's pretty good. Yep. And we send the sword here. Hopefully this gets the Tunic. Maybe even a card from hand would be sweet. We'll see. 1 for 5 is going to be pretty difficult to deal with if he sends that my way. Still having snaps up is embarrassing. But I guess I just didn't really find a good time to play it out this game. Especially because all our Nimbies are banished so early. Alright, we have Scar for a Scar. No 3 block in this hand is pretty devastating, I will say. And he doesn't have armor again. Oh, pass there. So this Rabble's going to be revealing a blue. And the second strike, there's no way this is connecting. So, yeah, I'm just cooked here, for sure. I did not know I had Arc Lightning in that hand. But you're right, probably holding on to the Fry could have been strong. Yeah, I think definitely the misplay this game is not finding a better place to do snaps. So, we'll just play it out. I'm definitely fatigued at this point. We will send our Scar for a Scar. We will send our Surge. We will break our snaps. We will send our sword. And we will die. Fiddler's Green. Okay. Another D-React. Very well. Alright. Alright, that's right. You got it, bro. So, the Revel, very interesting this game. I think both times we drew it, we were able to play it out. And it was just fairly strong. But this guy wasn't on any Arcane Barrier, so I'm not sure if that was an exactly, like, you know, perfect representation of the power of that card. So we'll just run it back. Seeing some new people in the chat. Welcome, guys. Jarl. I'm so tired of playing against this hero, man. But we'll get our one Jarl game in for today. We'll take first. Yeah, we'll just run the regular list. Alrighty, like the stream for losing to Assassin, I suppose. Boarding out burn-up shocks into Jarl. Perhaps. I just don't really have anything to go into here. The burn-ups are pretty nice, too, for turning on the Rebel. We'll see how long this guy takes. These are all players, man. They take their time. All right, here we go. I mean, this just plays. I'm almost tempted to just send this hand right now. But we don't have a way to swing sword with this hand. So we could do quick succession into current funnel Nimby. That does technically allow us to rebel. I think I'll just hold this hand. I'll just set pass. I don't want to give him a chance for any filtering shenanigans. And we'll set this rebel. I think this is the card I'm okay with getting disrupted. Even though it's like the featured testing. Alright, so this hand, the rabble just like completes this hand. This is pretty devastating if we can keep this. We'll see what happens. And it's just a Titan's Fist swing. That is love that. Pitch Oakenhold. Pitch Felling. Pitch Sink. Alright, I'm very glad I didn't attack with that hand. Skill issue. That's what this guy's having right now. Alright, we're gonna send a pretty devastating crackback. This deck needs stubbies. You're not wrong. I think stubbies would be pretty powerful in this. In the blue version, I think Trot Along is like my favorite card right now because it gives so many important things go again. Alright, we'll send this. We will send the current funnel. Give our Nimby go again. We'll crack the Rebel. We'll crack the Nimbalism. And we'll send the Rabble. Unfortunately, this doesn't get a sword swing, but I think that's alright. Hopefully this Revel and Runeblood can leak some damage. I don't know if Jarl wants to be using up all his blues. So a blue block here, we love seeing that. Let me get fucking blizzarded. Like, come on, man. Can't loses and can't gain go again. Alright, well, I'm just completely cucked now, unfortunately. I don't think I want to pay into this, though, to be honest. I think I want to just keep this. It's good knowing that he's on these ice cards early. I played a game against Jarl yesterday where he was on kind of more of like a disruption list and he wasn't on stuff like the Blizzard. So let's see. We probably do actually pay into this just to get a sword swing, so we shall do that. Yeah, unfortunate though that trades with 2 reds. That was a pretty strong Blizzard. We do leak a little damage, so not all is lost here. Cool. All right, our next hand does double Revel. So, I mean, this is just cinema. I'm going to resist the urge to Faceberg here and just take the damage. I mean, this is insane. Like, could have played around this, but not opening with current funnel. So the reason we have to open with current funnel there is because otherwise the Nimby doesn't have go again. But I guess there's a line where we can go quick succession into Rabble, into Revel, and Nimby. Yeah, maybe that was the right play, I think. Now that I know he's on Blizzard, I think I'll definitely be considering lines like that. So anyways, we're going to start here with Embodiment Skizik. Get this going. This guy has no clue what's happening. I'm just going to fucking blow him up with 8 rune chance. Alright, we'll send the Skizik here. Second strike here also kind of showing the synergy. Even if he has a D-react for this, I'm just going to be able to kind of push through. I am going to press this, though. I want to guarantee that this second strike is going to have go again. Alright, sweet. So we connect here. We're going to close the chain. We're going to make 8 rune chance. I think he's probably saving his shield for the arc lightning turns. But you're absolutely right. So, all right, we're gonna pop 8 rune chance at this guy. He's thinking to himself right now, like, what the actual fuck is going on? I mean, this card's pretty sweet right now. Like, double reveling this guy. He's gonna pitch a blue here. 5 more damage coming at him. Importantly, I guess sending this much arcane damage into Jarl is gonna allow him to convert some 2 blocks a little better than I'd ideally like him to. All right. So it looks like he's just full blocking me out. He's probably playing more for like fatigue game plan. Yeah, okay, so this Fruits does convert to 2. 3 blues in this hand. Not ideal. But we are going to leak a little damage here. Nice, and he does actually get to AB the 1 on the sword. Cool. So we draw up. Oh my god, man. I fucking love this card. It's just so good. Definitely going to set the Arc Lightning here. It just doesn't seem entirely necessary right now. But it's going to be a fat rebel, so I'm excited. Anyways, we're going to do Serenade for Embodiment Skizzik. We're going to get the Skizzik. And I'm actually going to send the Rush of Power here first, I think, because this has an on-hit. And so I'd rather this get the +1. An anti-fatigue package. I think this deck is the anti-fatigue package. But if you're talking about stuff like the Ominous Excavation, I'm not entirely sold on playing any of those cards. So anyways, we're going to do the Rush of Power here. See what happens. Alright, we are going to get Stalagmited here. That's interesting. Now, is it worth pitching Arc Lightning here? I think it is. My guess is he's doing Stalagmite here, probably because he wants to stop my turn and make me Arsenal. He doesn't have Plow under live. I think I'm okay pitching this Arc Lightning. It is right next to a Nimby, so if we do end up going that late, that could potentially be pretty powerful. So we're going to send this Skizzik for 4 Arcane and 3. I do like having the Stalagmite down 1 counter before we even played an Arc Lightning. That is pretty sweet. Alright, pitch CLF. That's important to know that the CLF is going right next to an Arc Lightning. You know, the whole Arc Lightning could be interesting. That's going to be a crazy pitch stack if we end up going for that kind of game plan. We'll have to see if he pitches an ice card with this. I'm pretty sure right now his pitch stack is like 3 reds and next to a CLF. So, yeah, next to an E-Strike. Alright, so we do have Quick Succession into Path of Same Ends. I think this hand just plays. We might end up saving the Snatch. Or we could put the Snatch next to Arc Lightning. That could be pretty interesting. See what he does here. Him pitching into this could be pretty strong for us. But I don't think he wants to. He's considering it. If he doesn't, this is pretty good, because that means the second Path of Same Ends is going to end up not having go again. I think if he pitches into this, I might just send the Snatch, keep the path. Probably no point in sending that. Alright. What do you got for me, pal? Unfortunately, all 3 Rebels have been played out already, so there's basically, like, no more content for this game. It's just going to be Aurora versus Jarl, like, come on. But it's been pretty strong. Like, we've played this 5 times in 2 games, and it's gone insane every time. Cool, so he does... This Arcane connects. That's pretty important. We'll see what happens here. He has the Earth's Engrave now to play out a Plowin or something. That's something we got to keep in mind. Carapace here. Alright, if he just decomposes the Carapace, I think I'm okay setting the Snatch. Cool. Cool. I think we'll send this Path of Same Ends here. Hopefully this Arcane connects and we can get up to some shenanigans. Let's see what happens. Come on, man. Walk in. Alright. I don't know why the sub alert's not working. That's a shame. I did put it on, didn't I? Yeah. Oh well. That's a shame. Alright, so this actually does connect. That is pretty sweet. We are going to Snatch here. I think there's an argument for sending the sword, but the fact that he's... Alright, this gets armor. I'm definitely okay with that. What is this man getting up to? Have fun with the stream. Thank you, bro. Thanks for stopping by. I predict there could be... This kind of... This smells like Oakenold, I think. The fact that he's keeping specifically 3 cards here. Letting that Path of Same Ends connect, taking some damage. I don't think this is D-React in this hand. And it kind of smells like Oakenold. So, we'll see what happens. And that hand was fairly strong, too. Alright, we do see an Arc Lightning here. Frostfang, interesting. So, we have an opportunity to put the arc lightnings next to each other. That is quite interesting. Do I think the game is going to go that long? I think it is. So let's see here. We can do block the Jack Be Nimble and potentially armor. What's this card he's keeping in hand? It could be an attack like Open. So, I mean, this hand's pretty strong, but it's not like the most incredible Arc Lightning turn ever. I think we have a chance to set up a pretty big turn, and we're going to take it here. So, it is fruits. Interesting. We are going to... We're going to Rabble first, before making a rune chant with the Arc Lightning, in case of any Blizzard shenanigans. I think pitching this into Blizzard would be much better. So it does Fiend to Carapace, and he does have the Earths to banish. This Barkskin is now live, which is important. We will Grasp, and we'll send this Snatch here. Now, one thing we're going to have to keep in mind is shuffling our deck with the Serenade. Well, we actually get more armor here. We'll see what he's keeping. Burn up Shock turn. Ah, I see. Interesting. Now, what are we doing with this hand? We still have no Nimblism engrave. That's not great. But I think I would love to pressure his hand here. Just because I'm kind of scared of this Rebel Attorney. So let's see. So the Scar first Scar, probably trading with a D-React. The Fry and the Jack Be Nimble, trading with 2 cards. It doesn't seem like we're actually going to be able to take enough cards here for it to matter. So I think I'd like to end up just setting this Burn Up Shock. So that's what we'll do. We'll send the Scar first Scar, but I think we'll throw the Jack Be Nimble at some point soon. Okay, so no D-React at the same. That's very interesting. I'd love to see a Stalagmite block here, but I don't think that's very realistic. We shall see what happens. I'm definitely against two for 2 against Fatigue today. All right, we actually do see a Stalagmite block here. That is a little insane. So we're just gonna pitch this and swing our sword. I think this is a good outcome for us for sure. Put this useless card away and we fiend out the Stalagmite. So yeah, I'm liking the spot we're in right now. This is also just annoying as freak to block right now. If this, we'll see what happens. So nice. This actually connects. That's big. We basically lost like no value getting Stalagmite in there. We'll set this Burn Up Shock. This hand plays. What do we got? We do have Mangle here. With Dominate, so we can give. We're losing an armor piece anyways. It looks like. Question is, how much do we care about losing Grasp? I think quite a bit. So what we can do is we can block Rush of Power. Well, so the other thing is we also have a Burn Up Shock turn lined up, so we could just let him pop our Grasp. And that lets our Scar for a Scar be live as well. This looks like a turn where we're breaking our snaps. And I think if we do... actually, you know what? We can block armor here and kind of lose no value since one of these is... We can't really send the Nimby and the Rush Power at the same time. So we're going to lose an armor piece here, unfortunately. We used one of these earlier blocking the Frostfang. If we hadn't, then we'd be in a spot where we don't have to give armor here. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. We're going to burn up Shock, and I think we're actually going to start with the Fry, because if we get Blizzarded, I'd like to just keep this. So I don't want to start with Nimby here. So we'll send Fry. So you have the Blizzard. No Blizzard. Alright, 3-block. Fiend it out. We shall Nimby. Grab this Nimblism. Interesting. Pass reacts. Now that he's done that, I kind of don't want to break my snows. But I probably should. Yeah, I will. There's a chance where this Bark Skin ends up getting a lot of value on this turn cycle. Okay, so he does end up using Shelter here. That's good for us. But it kind of makes me think that the rest of his hand is D-Reacts too. So we'll close chain, we'll Nimblism, Scar. And this doesn't really matter that it doesn't have Go again because we weren't able to swing Sword this turn anyways. We kind of used up... Well, actually we would have because we had Fry. So that's a shame. If it's 2 D-Reacts, I'm going to cry. Cool. So Burn Up Shot connects. That is pretty big. He's getting pretty low. And here's Arc Lightning. But we do have an Ice. So I think we are just going to pitch this Arc Lightning and hopefully leak some damage on this Rabble. My Face Purgatory is -1. This guy's definitely having his way with my armor here. Embolism revealed. Alright. That means a Face Purgatory is probably in the cards here. Carapace. Alright. I think I'm okay with just passing here. Leaving the second strike in Arsenal. Well, that's less Carapace too. We'll set this. This has Dominate, so we are potentially in some trouble. We get Frostfang. That's not great. Oh. So we can lose the Nimblism here. I think that's all right. Keep Rabble. Potentially send a second strike, and we'll have one floating for Blizzard, so. Drawing this blue here is very good, obviously. So what else is going on the top of our deck? Skizek, alright. Love that. He hasn't gone through that many D-Reacts other than Carapace, so we're gonna pump this. Unfortunately, we don't get the full 3 value, but it's interesting that he chooses to use his Bark Skin here. We know 1 CLF is on the bottom. Cool. And this guy is now armorless, so it's pretty good for us. Not making a Rune Chant here just because I want to be able to keep this 2 floating player on Blizzard. Sparkskin gets a pretty solid amount of value, though. Well, we do connect with Scorpio, though. That's pretty big. So we'll see what kind of disruption he has lined up for us now. Interesting hand. Importantly, cannot play Face Purgatory with this. But otherwise, it's decent. Alright, we're going to get Felling here. And he's going to lose a card. That can't be right. I think we're going to sink this Skizek. We're just going to send... Or you know what? Maybe we just block out. I think I like blocking out a little better. Set the Lightning Surge. This is pretty good. Try me, bitch. Let's see what he's got. Hopefully nothing. Alright, Eat Strike. Whatever. If he can disrupt me again, that's going to be tough. I'd like to just see a Titan's Fist here. Oh, relax, dude. What the hell is this? Oh, that's like the best stand he could have drawn. So, I think we have no choice. Yeah, I mean, this hand literally doesn't block, so we'll lose our lightning search here. That's not great. Do we still have a burn up shocking deck? I believe we do, so I kind of don't mind hanging on to this lightning press if we can help it. But if we need to, we'll probably play it out to get the second strike going. See what happens. This card out, and I love this. It's just like, it's so helpful. Just having 3 go again. Our Scar for Scars are turned on, though. The last one is going to be live. We get a 3 block here. That's pretty good for us. We'll fry him. See what happens. He's got no armor left, so all of our breakpoints are going to be pretty impactful. Yeah, let's press this. Send the second strike. He's going to have to be taking a lot of damage if he wants to disrupt me. Cool. Plow undergone. I expect we're probably just going to be getting Titan's Fist here. Yes, here it is. So, for 3, that is not particularly scary. Yeah, we'll just take this, I think. And I think we're going to probably look to close this game out with double arc lightning. Snatch, I imagine, is going to be able to probably fiend some type of block here. But definitely this Rush of Power is going to be helpful for that, to that end. Blizzard here would be probably devastating, I'm not going to lie. But we shall see what happens. I know we have a blue next to the last Arc Lightning we pitched. Interesting, he is on Ice Quake. I wasn't expecting that after all this. And it's good that he's blocking out here. I'm interested to know kind of what this guy's strategy is for the end of the game. So we get the whole hand here. He does have a Fiddler's Green, which is not ideal, but... Oh, this hand's really strong. I think we're definitely just going to rip the Arc Lightning here. So the Skyward Serenade actually doesn't have anything to search, which is very important. But that is fine. Right, that's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. So we'll play this out. Hopefully he starts pitching into this, because I think that means this Burn-Up Shock will connect. We're going 3 wide here. And our Skyward Serenade is going to do +1, so we'll send 2 breakpoints plus the sword. Oh, and he just surrenders. Alright, that's just enough, I guess. So, sweet. We end up taking down Jarl here. Our next hand is double Arc Lightning, Burn-Up Shock, Current Funnel, so yikes. But his hand is... He probably would have been able to block this out pretty efficiently. Nice. That was a good showcase. The Revel and Runeblood, like, we played him out early, so we didn't, you know, it's not like fresh in our memory, but it was just so strong every time we played it. One thing that's important to note, though, is it does give them the chance to AB into the sword swing. So if we're drawing it on hands like the Path of Same Ends, and yeah, it's basically just with Path of Same Ends, that is 6 arcane damage we're doing in total. 1 from Path, 1 from Sword, and 4 from the Rebel. So that actually does give them a chance to AB with 2 blues. But I can imagine that for most decks, having to give up 2 blues out of your hand is probably enough to just stuff your turn. Yeah, sweet. Fresh that. Let's get going again, you know? Just keep it rolling. Alright, we're against Vincent. That's pretty interesting. So I know Vincent's pretty good at disrupting me. We'll see if we can actually hang on to this through the disruption. So obviously we're on the fucking best card for this matchup, Vaporize Shock. Gonna vape on this guy. And I think we'll probably take out the... Oh. I forgot what I was taking out yesterday. Actually, I'm not sure. I think we'll take out probably... Damn, I love all these cards. I don't think we can survive without Fry, especially if we're on this package. Let's try taking out Press and see what happens. Alright. I don't think I want to give Vincent a chance to filter here, so Enter Hand is quite strong. The Scar for Scar is probably not live next turn, though, unfortunately. So we're going to set Fry. Arc Lightning here is fucking incredible draw. His hand is quite strong, but I think this is okay. I mean, we're going to be able to send a pretty devastating turn. The question is, do I want to... Oh, you know what? All right, here's the sequencing. So this whole hand plays. We're going to go 3 wide on quick succession. And we are going to play this out. The other nice thing is we just get to play all these non-attacks, and our hand's going to be completely cleared, so we have no chance of getting face-perked. We'll deal an Arcane. We'll do Scare Grenade for Embodiment Skizzik, but we're not going to play the Skizzik out. We're actually going to play this Scar first. We do still have the Go again floating. Oh, relax, man. This sucks. Alright, so we'll actually lose the Scar first. That's not great. But he loses a card from hand too, which is probably fine. Well, my cool play is completely worthless now, unfortunately, because we got cold. But that's alright. We'll rip the Skizzik here. Can't go 3 wide anymore. That's alright. This was probably worth 6 value, so... Assuming he would have just otherwise blocked with these 2 cards, I think it's about the same trick. But he does have a Deathly Well advantage. It's definitely better for him. Rip this. 2 whales and banished, so he'll have to make another chance somehow. We shall see. Okay, man, this is great testing, surely. He's just done playing. I hate when people do this, man. Like, run it back. Oh, goodness. Rebel looking wild in a good way? I think so. Like, I'm honestly kind of sold already. I'd like to test it into more matchups and see if there's any, like, edge cases where it's not entirely useful. But so far, it's looking quite strong, I must say. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy with this 60. It's just like 3-ups of all the good cards. You just max out on everything. Unfortunately, though, this is replacing the Stinging Sprite, my best friend. So, that's unfortunate. Running it back into Ziggy, we got the Omens battle. I have no idea how this deck is good. Like, I tried playing it, and I just couldn't make it work. And he DC'd it. Bro, Talishar is unplayable at 1:45 p.m., I swear. Alrighty. First hour of the stream down. Maybe I will try and look for something to play on the stream with music. Because I'm kind of going crazy just talking to myself like this. Against Vincent again. Alright. Honestly, this is probably fine testing because people in our area love playing this deck. And so the more reps we can get into this before the battleground, the better. We'll take out the press. We'll go first. Makes sense. What do we got here? Banish Coal Pass. Not ideal. Importantly, this Rebel's not playable this turn. So this is the first time we've seen it where we actually can't play the Rebel out. That's not great for us. I'm thinking we'll probably just pitch the current funnel into Grasp. And I think that's the most we can do at this point. Yeah, not a great first hand for sure. But let's consider if this was the Stinging Sprite. In this hand, it still would have done nothing. So I think I'm okay with this outcome. And this is definitely way better to Arsenal than the Stinging Sprite. Alright, put this on. Hopefully it's not too loud. Never mind, I hate it already. He's gonna prevent the chant here. That's kind of interesting. But I guess it makes sense if he needs to just set up. Very good, very good. I would definitely not mind if people were playing a little faster. This is kind of agonizing to sit through. Can you tell them to do that? Play faster? No. Refresh the page. That's how I tell people to play faster. Reduce to enchant. Okay. So he uses a lot of defensive cards and we're not really setting a lot of damage. This outcome is probably fine. And this hand does play Rebel, which is awesome. Drinking a big jug of milk. That's what's up, man. Like the stream for milk. Alright, we are going to have to take probably all of this. Not really anything we can do about that. This is definitely just one of the race matchups. Alright, we're getting cold. Interesting. I'm down to lose the second strike here, just because it guarantees us a way to actually play out this Rebel. But is that really what I'm gonna do? Nah, this is definitely hitting. Through all this arcane, like, I'm definitely gonna get the second strike off. I mean, that's what the Rebel's here for, man. It's just it's good to it's pushing through this damage. We're gonna take all this. I think my armor in this matchup is definitely gonna get saved for when I'm sniffing out like a Succumb to Temptation. So Nimblism, no Face Purgatory to worry about here. That's important. But if there was Face Purgatory, what we could do is just Scar first, instead of doing the Nimblism. And that way it's kind of like a less attractive Face Purg. Alright, so we're gonna rip the Rebel here. Cool, and we're gonna do our 4-card 17. I think that's pretty good. This is just 4-go again. He's gonna pitch into it. Interesting. So somehow Deathly Will wasn't good enough as a 3-block. It has to be pitched. Am I missing something? What's the hold up? Okay, I think this guy's just lagging. Very well. I'm seeing a lot more of these Metafy supporters now that there's ads on Talishar. So that's interesting. There goes that milk again. Oh, this! No, this is my water. This is just my big jug of water. It's like the size of my head. It's fucking massive. But it's nice. I don't have to go downstairs at all to fill it up. We're pitching a red here. He's on Requiem for the Damned. I wonder if he knows that this already has go again. So our Rebel here trades for 6 block, which is insane. We'll see if the Scorpio feeds anything out from him. That's a milk bottle from 1960. I didn't know you were alive in 1960. That checks out, though. Let's see what he does here. I imagine we're just going to banish and Runegate Arsenal Pass. Banish Succumb. Oh my god, the Vaporize is going to absolutely annihilate this guy. Holy crap. And we have the Skizzic, so... you know what, actually? We don't have a great way to play out this Rebel, unfortunately. So... let's see, what's the plan here? We can zap this Runechant and the Malefic. I think this is that's happening regardless. I think we're just going to grass, pitch away the Rebel. So, yeah. We'll do that. We're going to search Nimblism. We might even get an overblock here if he thinks that it's some type of like Lightning Press. Nice, alright, so we're definitely destroying this Runechant. We'll search the Nimblism. And that's getting set. We get a Shadow Puppetry here, and yep, go to hell. My Vaporized Shock is worth tons of value here. I should hit him with the refresh the page. Would that be bad manners to hit him with the refresh the page right now? Or do we think he's just reading it? Okay, he is just reading it. So he's gonna take this. I'm gonna zap all this. And he's pretty behind now. I mean, his last turn was absolutely abysmal. But yeah, good for us. Sucks for him. But we have to pitch 2 runs, so that's not ideal for us either. Sweet, but this hand plays. Love to see that. Okay, he's got Dirge. He's gonna make 4 chance. Interesting. Cool, cool. I think we should start with the outed here before anything else. Actually, you know what? We don't even have to play this Nimblism because this Snatch is just going to be coming in for 7. We already have a Nimblism at Grave. That works for me. So let's get to it. We'll start with the outed. I wouldn't be surprised if the Jack Me Nimble eats armor. That's actually something to consider. So he does take damage, so now none of that even matters. So our second strike is live, which is huge. This will come in for 4. I'll adjust my spot in the chair. What's he got for us here? Succumb to Temptation. Love seeing that go away. We'll send the second strike. Hopefully he gives us some card blocks here, because I imagine the Snatch is just getting covered by armor plus a 3 block. Let's see what's up. But definitely this is gonna punch a nice hole in his armor. Oh, this sucks. Very well. I'll swing my sword instead. And he banishes Requiem. I see what he's going for here, but I'm not entirely sure that this is a playable card. And he blocks with Dirge. Okay. Cool. He'll play out the Requiem. I think this version of Vincent is probably no good into this version of Aurora. So let's rip the Rabble here. We're going with the Nimby on top. That should be the last Nimblism. If that ends up searching. Okay, he's got to reduce here. We'll see if he pitches into Path. If he does, then I have to, unfortunately. So we'll rip this. It looks like he is. Okay, he does. Pitches Mortar Time. That's fine, I think. This will connect. We will give it go again. And now it's time to rip the Giant Snatch. He's on some defensive cards, so this has a good chance of not connecting. He's pretty low, though, already. Like, I'm pretty much just kind of destroying him at this point. But this is not exactly, like, the most incredible Vincent list I've ever seen. He just shoves armor. Interesting. We won't have to deal with any Spellbound Creeper shenanigans this game. Unfortunately, we do draw the last Nimblism in the same hand as the last Nimby, or a Nimby. What should we do here? I don't mind just sending Snatch for 7. And potentially doing a burn-up shock. Or, I think Faceberg is probably the angle here. Unless this is a call in hand. This has to be some instant, because he's literally banishing it to his own effect. So we definitely don't Faceberg here. The Giant Snatch. It is Giant Snatch. So we will block with the burn-up shock. Do I think this is Succumb? It could be, so I'll do this. See what happens. I think it's more than likely an instant. But if it is Succumb, then I'm just the greatest gamer ever. No, it's a Widespread Ruin. So that's interesting. But I think that's fine. He's on Grasp, so I'm not really worried about that. And I think I wouldn't really be exactly happy doing Face Purgatory on that regardless. So we'll set another Giant Snatch here. Block this. Wouldn't Face be good there so they don't get the card banished sent to Graveyard? Potentially. I think my Face Purgatory in this matchup, especially now that he's out of Spellbound Creepers, I want to hit a non-attack with that. So I think I got decent equity out of that block. Like, he's gonna start taking down from this Widespread Ruin and banish. It was probably an okay face, but I was just concerned if it was like a Funeral Moon or like a cull or something. All right, we do fiend out a succumb here. Let's see what he's got for me. This hand is fine, I guess. I'd like to do some blocking if possible. Okay, so he does have the Malefic here. That's pretty good for him. I think we will probably put the Skizzik back in deck. I think keeping him off Eloquence is probably okay here. We still have 3 Serenades left. So yeah, I don't mind putting the Skizzik back and potentially just denying him some Eloquence while I have the space. Yeah, and we'll just look for a turn that's slightly stronger than sending 3 at the end of our chain. So we'll send the Jack B Nimble. I believe, yeah, this will be all of this engine used up. All right, we get cold here. Very well. But that is all 3 calls gone until he ends up using like a Deep Recesses of Existence or something like that. But banish a Malefic here. There's no way that was a good call. This hand would have gone fat if we still had an Embolism in deck. I think I'm okay with just taking all of this. We probably will just end up ripping this Arc Lightning. I think we'll probably end up stripping most of his hand with this turn. Cool. He'll gain a life. It's fine. We go 3 wide here on Arc Lightning, plus the Sword Swing. Sounds good to me. Cool. Start with this. We'll get the current funnel go again. Get the NIMBY go again. This is an opportunity where Blue Nimblism might be okay, but I think it's alright. Sometimes you just draw your engine in the wrong order. It didn't seem to matter too much this game. You may have to refresh the page, my friend. He who smites is spectating me. He should just get on the stream, bro. That's the real spectating. Damn, bro. Figure it out. Pitching or not. I like how his rune chant is the lightning version, but I'm the lightning hero. I wonder if my rune chant is like the regular rune blade one. That could be interesting. All right. Send the current funnel here. He is pitching into the arcane, so something to keep in mind. But we're definitely gonna be able to punch over this blue with arcane damage this turn. Current funnel connects. 1 arcane damage coming at you. So the NIMBY, I think we don't mind shuffling our deck here. Let's take a look at what we got left. Still a Rebel left, boss. This isn't super hot in this game, but we just got cold, so it makes sense. Yep, all looking good. No Nimblism to search. We'll block. I do imagine that my sword swing here is just going to trade for the Carapace, but that's alright. We'll probably leak some damage here, assuming no D-react. And he is ticking down from this blood debt. So we'll send the arcane. He does take it. We'll swing our sword. Cool. And we do have plenty of shops left in deck. Here's Rebel. Not playable on this turn, unfortunately. Yeah, that's not great for us. but we can still quick succession. Yeah, unfortunately, this is not looking so hot right now. But we're in a decent spot regardless. So we'll probably block this out. Not fully, but partially. And we'll get our sword swing. So that's pretty much all you can ask for. I do think, unfortunately... Should we block with the Rebel here? I think having quick succession to finish off the game is probably better. So, sorry, Rebel, but you're going to be a 2-block for now. Damn, bro, why is the light so messed up? I should probably close my curtain. There you go. Maybe that looks better. It does. Nice. I should have done that a while ago. Lose a lightning surge from the top. We'll go quick succession here. No worry about any coal. And this is doing some split damage, so this is pretty sweet for us. He is just slowly ticking down from this split dead hand. This does get a sink, so it's fine. We grab a Malefic here. That's pretty awesome. I wonder if he knows that it had go again regardless. And sword trades for Funeral Moon here. We'll set the quick succession. Yeah, this hand looks like it should do it. We'll probably just zap him to death. Arcane. We're taking some damage. Something to consider. But I think we're still fine. I guess he could have Invert Existence, so I might as well give the Carapace here, just in case. It'd be pretty crazy to play Invert Existence. If I get double Invert Existence, I'll just cry. But, I mean, this should do it, right? Like, yeah, I'll give all the armor. Fuck it. If I get triple Invert Existence, like, I'll just cry. Lose an Arc Lightning. Alright, let's get started. So we're gonna do Arc Lightning into quick succession. No Cull to worry about. He's got no armor. We're gonna do a fuck ton of arcane damage to him. And we're gonna end it off with a sword swing. So yeah, hopefully your hand is not all reds. Alright, he does have a blue. It's fine by me. See if he can block this. And the Revel on an Arc Lightning turn 2 is just like, dude. 5 arcane damage off 1 card. Holy crap. We're a Cilio. With go again? You can't tell me this isn't the secrets. Like, I love this card. How much does it cost on TCG, I wonder? Yeah, it's like a $5 card. Sheesh. I gotta get foils. Alright, current funnel for 3. Missile Fiend a card. I imagine once I play the Rebel, that'll probably be wraps. So let's finish this up. This is cinema. I mean, this is cinema. Having the Rebel to end the game, like, come on. He does. So I have to refresh now. Alright, so we'll Rebel. We'll get the Arc Lightning ping. And funny enough, I do actually have the... He has the lightning chance, I have the regular chance. So he's Haunting Rendition. I don't think that's enough. We'll definitely close the game out here. We have more than enough damage. Yeah, and the chance from Rebel are gonna seal the deal here, I think. Awesome. Sweet. So that was an interesting game. This guy's on like a very weird list. He definitely he had to banish 2 non-attacks, so this isn't like the most incredible game of Vincent ever. But we did have... I'm wondering if maybe it's not Face Purgatory in this matchup, and we just play the Crown of Providence instead, because I imagine that you kind of get forked in a lot of those positions, where if they have the instant, the Face Purg is low value. But if they're, you know, it could just be another card that's useful in hand. Whereas the Crown of Providence might be kind of like the Gravy Bones scenario, where the only way you can possibly lose is if they just line up crazy disruption. Alright, sweet. So I am going to take a pee break real quick. Won't be long. I wonder if I can just like add text. So People know what's up. Yes. Right. All right, I will be right back. All righty. Let's get back to it. Get that adjusted. Get this out of the way. Cool. I think now I'm gonna start asking to play against some specific decks. We kind of got the warm up out of the way. I'm pretty sold on Rebel. I just want to test it into a little more of the meta. So we're gonna look for. I think we're gonna be looking for Syndra, Gravy Bones, and let's try playing against five. See if there's any five players online. Hopefully we can get some games into that. But yeah, this seems solid for now. The sideboard's kind of weird. There's not a lot of stuff in the main board that I'm like dying to take out in every matchup. There's some cards like the Outed is not incredible like into the Mark Heroes, obviously. So that's pretty easy to come out. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I'm pretty sold on this 60. Might tweak some ratios eventually. Like I've been talking with my friend Shane, and he's only on 2 of the Jack Me Nimble, which is pretty interesting. I mean, sometimes you do draw it out of order, but if anything, I think I'd be down to cut one of the Nimbies. Maybe not. That card's so powerful. It's just like the strongest thing we can do at this point. So yeah. I guess while I have a moment, I can just post the stream link a couple more places. Let's see here. I do know. We can do this. There you go. Drop that there. Sweet. Alright. Still no one in the lobby yet. It's kind of not great. I have it on. Don't I? Yeah. Play. Lobby's open, bro. Join up. I'd love to play against you. Damn, bro. Yeah, lobby's open. I'm just hosting competitive CC, looking for Syndra Phi, Gravy Bones. Refresh. I'll remake the lobby, I guess. Oh, what's going on, man? Alright, I'm hosting again. I'll just send you the link, bro. Ah, here you are. Alright. Games against World of Wraith, the famous financial advisor on Phi. Let's see how it goes. D-Rex into Phi. I'm not completely loving the idea of that. I think we'll just try the regular configuration at first. It's kind of nice that this is like, I wouldn't mind bringing this to a tournament. Like, eventually there'll probably be some tech that I want to play, but if I can just like ignorantly jam the same 60 into pretty much everything, that'd be pretty sweet. For my mental toll. It says you disconnected, Jose. I'm not sure. Talashar's cooked, if you say so. Talashar's been working fine for me, so I don't know what that's about. Alright, he's sending me first. Interesting. Let's get cooking. Hello. Alright. Bye-bye, Jose. Nice. So Phi is kind of interesting. In the oh, what the fuck? In the testing I've done beforehand, I've kind of had the experience where it's not exactly like Aurora favored all the time. But yeah, we'll see how it goes this game. I think right now we're just going to make a chant and probably set this rabble. That's my guess. Might have been nice to attack turn one, especially because he's not really presenting any arcane barrier. All right, this is a great hand. We are getting spreading flames though, so don't love that. Could I faceberg here? That might be crazy. On the first spreading flames, I think I'd like to save this when I can get, potentially a little more value. Let's go either way. Okay. This might not be the best spreading. This might just be a spreading flames to starter. Yeah, it actually has no text so far. It's gonna give the Phoenix Flame +1. Okay, so we actually are taking a pretty hefty amount of damage here. He does do a 4-card 12. Let's see if I can't crack back with a little more than that. So we'll start with the Burn Up Shock into the Rabble. We're going to save our lightning actions for, or our lightning attacks for a little later. Burn Up Shock connects, love that. We're going to Rebel. And we're going to Skyward Serenade. Sweet. Making a pretty solid amount of damage here. And hopefully he doesn't block the boots here. This is the only way of preventing arcane damage. So okay, cool. No boots block. We're gonna pat the same ends. His life is already half gone, which is pretty crazy. He does still have armor, obviously, but it looks like we just ripped like a 24 damage turn out of nowhere. Sweet, and it looks like this hand is doing pretty much the same. All right, so he does have the Rise from the Ashes here, and Art of Phoenix War. I'm definitely looking to send a Faceberg here, and this is probably the best chance I'm going to have to do it. So he can grab a Phoenix Flame back, but I think that's fine. So what are we losing here? Yeah, this is actually nuts Faceberg value. Nice. Running Renegade is a solid hit. It's an Ignite here. So I think I'd like to just deny him from popping his Pouncing Links here, so we're going to block a little bit. This Phoenix Flame, it looks like it's going to come in for 4, so that's just armor to me. It looks like armor block to me. I'll pick up a Flame. Yeah, this is... I don't think our armor use could get any better than this, to be honest. So we're going to Path. I doubt it's worth keeping this Lightning Press here. But these Boots of Omnisword are going to be able to cover up that one, if he so chooses. No, he's going to use it here. Interesting. I think I see what he's doing here. He wants to get the block and then use the one on the sword. So, I mean, I guess we'll just skill check him. All right, he does do it here. It's not completely necessary, but yeah. So we'll send this. Maybe we could have flow through or something, but we don't. So yeah, I'll just pass it over. See what he can do to us. Solid hand here. He's also AB-less, so he starts with the flame. Yeah, this is a rough game for him. I don't even think he has... Oh, did he pitch a Phoenix Flame earlier? Okay, he does have one to attack with here. I can imagine Pouncing Links coming out this turn, especially because we're getting so low. If he doesn't pop it here, I might consider blocking the last Chain Link. But we shall see. We shall see. I think he's thinking about it right now. Is he? Yeah, he did pop it. Grabs fire that burns with it. That makes sense to me. We're going to pick up here. I just need him to not draw anything too nuts, I guess. Okay, take a 4 here. Split loyalty, yep. Getting pretty low here. I mean, going second definitely matters a lot in this matchup. Just kind of like our little aggro race. I think probably I will be popping snaps on this next turn. We have a Phoenix form here. This is pretty strong, but I don't think the on-hit is active, is it? He's got 1, 2... No, he's got 1 flame in the graveyard, so... Yeah, I guess I'm just going to be taking 5 here. Down to 8. A little bit of armor here. Hopefully I'm able to rip some cards out of his hand. So we'll send the Skizik. I think I'm going to hold the Lightning Press to potentially just kind of juice him for lethal. Interesting that he's doing the Flame Skill Frames here, but I guess it makes sense. He doesn't want to kind of go too low when I'm sending arcane damage at him. Cool. All right, so he takes this Rabble. That's interesting. We're going to send the Surge here. I don't know that he can afford to open block, because if he does, he's going to be going to 1, and I can just have any arcane damage. Still have Shock left in deck, which is important to note. So we can always just kind of win that way, if needed. I'd like it if his hand is mostly 2 blocks here, or in fact all 2 blocks. And from what I understand, Fi is generally that way. Interesting that he's running 3 flames into me. I would think he'd be on kind of like the more mid-range plan that's playing D-Reacts and such. Okay, so he does block 2 here. I am going to Snaps, and I am going to Lightning Press, and I believe that is lethal damage. Yes, it is. Cool. So we take it here. Yeah, his hand was not incredible. We do get a rematch, sweet. It's not here. I guess Talshar is bugging slightly. I can't see you in my lobby, Jose. Which is not good. So I'm gonna leave. Who's out here playing? Oh, it's us. It's just the lobby's fucked. Let me just let it go. So that was a really interesting game, actually. We go set first into 5, which is not really where we want to be. The early burn-up shock was really strong, and we got insane value out of the Face Purgatory. So, you love that. We love that. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, we were kind of just like rolling our wheels the whole game. The Rebel was just 4-go again, so that's pretty much all you can really ask for. The Lightning Press at the end, obviously, to kind of close it out was quite strong. But it kind of seemed like the Fi deck was, I mean, dare I say, like, you know, less consistent than Aurora. You only get a few hands in these aggro matchups, and this, like, this combo version of Fi just, yeah, it has these hands that don't do everything you want them to do. We got the rematch. I am going to try going second this time. Just kind of run the same list, see what happens. And then the armor block too, obviously, was quite strong. To stop the pouncing links a turn early. So yeah, my chair is like lurching back because I don't know how to sit in a chair apparently. Alrighty. Yeah, I like the stream for that Fi game. I mean, I felt pretty in control. Like he just didn't have crazy numbers like I did. Disconnected. Don't love that. Do I need to refresh maybe? What is happening, man? It says disconnected. Yeah, I guess if Talishar is really blowing up, I might have to call it early today, but let's see. I'll make a new lobby. This one should be gone. Yeah, it is gone. Okay. Make a new lobby. Send this to the. Oh. I think once I get games against Gravy Bones and Acilio, with the Revel and Rune Blood out, I'll kind of be happy with where we leave off the stream. Bully's back. Hopefully things go normal this time. We'll go first. Nice guy. Still running the face card. The Crown. There's a few matchups now where I'm kind of seeing that the Crown might be even a little more helpful than Face Purgatory. People are just hip to it now. People have gotten way better at playing around this card, which is kind of crazy. Because when it first came out, like, everyone was getting juiced by it. Even the good players. Cool, so we love this hand. This is sweet, actually. Yeah, this hand's actually broken, if we can keep this. He's going to pitch here into a flame. For 0. Just filtering, I guess. Pass would... Alright, love this pass. Yeah, this hand is everything I want and more. Now, I'm wondering if there's a way to sword swing at the end of this. So we'd like to do Serenade, Nimby, maybe not. So let's see, we're always starting with Serenade. And I think we're always doing Embodiment Skizik. The question is... No, I think we're just going to have to fade a sword swing here. But that's alright. So we'll make Embodiment Skizik. Grab this. The other thing I love about the Skyward Serenade stuff is my friend is going to be moving me foils later today, so can't wait for that. Current Funnel, broken card, best card in the deck, and we will send the Nimby. We will search the Nimbalism. We'll send this, and yeah, I mean, send this, like, 4 cards 16 on our first turn. It's kind of balanced, I think. I'm wondering, I really don't think there's a way to sequence it where we can swing the sword here. We just have to close the chain for play out the Nimbalism, unfortunately. Yep, lots of damage. So let's see what he's got for us in return. Rising Resentment. Alright, sure. Skizik's not super helpful in the hand. Probably blocking with this at some point. Display Loyalty. Yep. Head job. So far, not as impressive as anything we're doing on our turn. Okay, here's a card that says 4 on it. Emberblade makes sense. Yep, get the flame out. Alright, what do we got for our ender? Show me a lava burst. Alright, it's another Blaze Headlong. So, I'm sending 4 card 16. He sent 5 card 18. I think we're probably up on this turn cycle a little bit. by my estimation. He is breaking his links though, and that is kind of the power of this. And we're getting Salt the Wounded, so yeah, this hurts for sure. Not much we can do about this. But we still have all of our armor, so it's not like the game is lost. I did forget to play Skizzer. That's not good. Or I forgot to block with the Skizzer. So, whatever, we'll probably just Arsenal it. We'll see if we can just ignorantly no blocks going second. This is probably decent testing. Send the outed. And we'll send the second strike. And I imagine the Scorpio is probably going to eat like a flame scale furnace block here. Or potentially the boots. Probably not the boots. Probably just the flame scale furnace. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, so we're setting a card. This hand's pretty sweet. Getting ignited here. I imagine we'll probably just hold our face for this turn, if possible. Probably look for a chance to block with some armor. So let's see what he's got for us. Alright, we are setting the flame here. We'll probably just take this. Into a lava burst. Alright, so I'm just going to shove armor here. Get the block value while we can. And we're just going to rip Arc Lightning. So let's do it. And I think we're going to start with the Path of Same Ends here, just because this is a guaranteed way of giving our whole turn go again. I think we actually are in a position to start taking cards on this turn, which is pretty insane. So we get the Shuko block. Ravenous Rabble, always revealing a red, of course. Interesting, so he's going to actually... Oh, I fucking misplayed. Oh, brother. I need to set this here. Yeah. Whoops. This does not have natural go again. So Luck's here. We'll send the Rabble. And yes, we are actually starting to take cards from hand here, which is good for us. Outed on top, not ideal. There's just one less card we can block with, so... Yeah, I don't love that. He's going to give me a 3-block here. Makes sense to me. We'll swing the Scorpio. I imagine we'll get a boost here. Nice. So it got its 4 value. I think it did its job. Ooh, interesting. We have a shock. This is not a card you really want to be seeing at the end of the game, unfortunately. So we have Burn Up Shock here, and we have Arc Lightning. If we can keep these 2 cards, that is the end of the game. But that means we have Scar for a Scar and Armor to block with. So love seeing Inflame here. I know these lists are normally only on 1 Salt the Wound, so... Didn't really do anything super fancy this game. Just kind of ran our offense. Got good value. We're gonna take this Phoenix Flame. Another one. Yeah, okay. So I think he drew the Phoenix Flame here. Here's Ronin Renegade. I'm going to say you can have... I could face Perg here, but I'm not sure that's worth it. So... I will have to give cards if he has Lava Burst here. Yeah. Right. So we've got 4 armor and 2 blocks. We can block 6 total. Actually, you know what? I actually don't even need to keep the Burn Up Shock because Arc Lightning plus Outed is enough. So yeah, we're gonna face break here. Hit a Phoenix form. Nice. That would have been a fat Phoenix form. I think lobby just fucking died as soon as I did that. So, love that. Maybe I just have to refresh. Nope. Alright, cool. Network error. So, that game was obviously over. I would have just, killed him with arcane damage. Gonna go back to this. But, yeah, that was interesting. So, we just kind of took Assault the Wound for 9 and ran our offense, and we killed the Fi pretty quickly. I mean, that was like a 3-turn game. I'd love to go back and watch exactly how long that was. But I mean, if we could race Fi, that is pretty good, I think. The Skyward Serenade obviously is just so broken. You draw that card and it's just lights out. We had one Arc Lightning that game, and I think one Burn Up Shot connected. So there's definitely a lot of power in this Aurora deck. I really like the Revel in Runeblood too. It's like doing 4 Arcane. That's pretty much Arc Lightning on a good turn. So I would say, I mean, Talishar's dying, so I basically have to end the stream here. But yeah, the Revel like is honestly crazy. Like I I'm sold. I think I'm bringing it to locals tonight, and we'll try it there. But yeah, I guess so. Successful stream, like that's the secrets. I think we definitely figured out that the card does break Aurora. So yeah, thanks for stopping by, everyone, for who was in the chat. I really appreciate you guys interacting, and it's kind of a small stream, but yeah, I enjoy doing it. So I'll probably stream again tomorrow. Maybe I'll come up with some more secrets to try out. But until then.